Today we are going to solve about task 6, and task 6 for the process domain is related to one of the biggest chapter or one of the biggest knowledge area or performance domain, which is schedule. A schedule is about preparing the project activities accordingly, and to do that we need to have our scope baseline approved. So once we have scope baseline approved, then only we can have our WBS dictionary working on, because WBS dictionary contains activities and work packages from the WBS. So based upon that, we need to estimate the duration of the activities. So duration of the activities can be estimated by analogous estimation from past, parametric estimation by maths, bottom-up detailed, or if you have uncertainties, you can use 3-point estimations. To make the project schedule, we can use critical path method, which is the least float available to complete the project, or critical chain method, where we can add buffers in the resources activities to avoid any rework or to have any capabilities of contingencies. And we can monitor and control it with the help of earned value. If our project schedule is not in the control, so we can perform compressions by performing fast tracking or crashing. So crashing means adding more resources. Surely the risk will be increased. Fast tracking, doing the activities in parallel, which means that our uh, risk will be more higher than the cost of the resources. So we need to understand when to perform crashing, when to perform fast tracking, and if resources are overloaded or you are in trouble, so you can perform leveling to avoid burning out the resources where the critical path will change. Or if you can use the smoothing, where if you have floats available, you can adjust with the floats. And keep modifying or keep updating the project schedule, surely by following the change control process as required, and coordinate with other project and other operations, which means your project is not being done alone. You have to work with the stakeholders to report them the status of the project. If there are any problems, you will report to them. If there are any situations, you have to guide them that, okay, this is happening and what we can do, what can be the corrective or preventive actions you can take to bring the project on schedule. So we need to keep our TCPI greater than uh, not greater than 1, but less than 1. But our SPI should be greater than 1, and our schedule variance should be a positive variance or at least equal to 0. So to make this thing happen, we need to answer these questions. So let's go for the first question of today. Your project is behind schedule due to underestimated integration efforts. It happens. It's a very normal thing that sometimes we overestimate, sometimes we underestimate, sometimes things are not same, constraints change. The sponsor demands immediate schedule recovery and asks you to fast track whatever is possible. So fast tracking means doing the work in parallel. Whoever asks first, we have made our mind that we will follow the process. Sponsor, your organization owner, CEO, whoever, everything is immediate but has to be done in a way it should be done. What should the PM do first? Identify tasks suitable for fast tracking and begin overlapping them. Analyze variance, identify root cause, and evaluate schedule compression options with risk impact. Assign additional resources to critical path. Conduct a meeting with the team to demand higher productivity. All answers are correct, but as per the process, what option is better? Exactly. First, you will do this, right? Then you can go for 2 or 3 based upon the situation required, and D is irrelevant here. So yes, all of you are correct. We need to analyze. We cannot just jump up to the conclusion, jumping the guns ahead. No, we need to look at the things carefully. Things can be done, but we need to be aware of those things. Let's go next. Your team has provided activity estimates, but a stakeholder wants a schedule immediately. Several tasks have unclear dependencies across departments. So you don't have the clear picture. How can you commit for something? What should the PM do next? Finalize the schedule using assumptions and adjust later. Can be done. Validate dependencies and sequencing with relevant stakeholders before finalizing the schedule network diagram. Better answer. Publish a milestone schedule only and avoid task level planning. High level planning can also be done, right? Ask the sponsor to approve estimates without dependency validation. It is inappropriate. So better answer you can select here is all can be done, yes, but better answer is the good way of doing the thing is B. A and C are not wrong, but still it can be the option available. I kept saying that don't go for the word only all the time, and it should not be your first priority. I'm still uh, sticking to the same point. But imagine if B is not here and A is not here, then in that case, yes, you need to take C also in that situation. As I said, that if it is not any available option better than those. So it's not always 100%. Take it as like 99.9%, but you have to ensure. Very good. Next, your agile team velocity has dropped for 3 sprints. So it means when we have the cumulative flow diagram, our CFD is showing spikes. So spike means there is a problem in the system. Leadership demands an updated release date forecast. What should you do first? Re-estimate remaining backlog items and adjust the forecast. If you are working in Agile project, is it your task? Whose task is this? Whose task is this? Product owner is there for the backlog, and product owner will sit with the team for estimation where they can use planning, poker, or other estimation techniques to estimate it. So we know by rule it's not possible for me as a project manager or as a team lead. Your agile team means you are the team lead. Investigate root causes with the team and validate whether velocity drop is temporary or structural. Increase sprint duration. Can we do this? And when we say sprint, look, there is something called as iteration. Iteration is used in Agile. Sprint is specifically used in Scrum, and Scrum is very consistent. Scrum will never let you break the rule. So as per Scrum, if you kept 2 week velocity, whatever happens, you have to make 2 weeks sprint for the whole project. You should not change it as a single rule. You can change it by updating the change request. That is separate thing. But as per Scrum, they don't want you to break the rule. So this is against the Scrum rules. Add additional team members. Can we add team members during the ongoing iteration? Very no, not possible. We can only add new team members at the beginning of the iteration. So the only possible option is again B. I am not stopping you to answer as fast as possible, but be aware that there could be better options and you should have the reason for not selecting other answers also. So yes, B is correct answer. Very good. Next, two projects share a specialized tester. Both schedules show the tester is needed full-time next month. When I read this, so it means we have a conflict. So when we have a conflict, we need to use conflict management techniques. We need to negotiate when it comes to this. So I have option, I can negotiate, we can reprioritize, or we can hire an additional resource. Or if you remember during the explanation of project schedule, I told you there is something called as pre-booking. We call it hard booking, pre-assignment, hard booking or soft booking. So ultimately hard booking is you get the resource by paying it in advance. Soft booking is you provide the resource calendar so it remains in the control. So before reaching to the answer, you should have the answers by yourself. So escalate to portfolio governance immediately. No relation to the question directly. Negotiate a shared resource calendar and explore resequencing option with both teams. Hire a contractor tester without approval. Reducing testing scope to accommodate availability. So the only correct answer which is left is B. If I remove this word, this could be an option, but it will again, this will be the first priority. If not, then this will be the second priority based upon the explanation I gave earlier. Negotiate. If not, then hire another one. So please listen when I'm explaining instead of choosing the answers. That will help you to listen what I am saying to eliminate the answers. Again, let me remind you, we are here to learn to solve the question, not to solve the question, which you can do it by yourself also. A change request is approved that adds new deliverable. The impact analysis shows a weak extension. The sponsor insists the original completion date must remain. What should the PM do next? Present schedule recovery options with risk and obtain approval. Adjust the baseline immediately. Continue with original baseline. Remove lower priority deliverables. What you will do? Even if you don't read the question, you can still answer this question. So make your mind also that if you are reading the options, you can easily eliminate them while you are reading them to save time when you are running late for the time. Yes, A is the best option available here. Very good. Let's go next. In a predictive project, several activities are reported as 90% complete for weeks. Management is concerned progress reports are unreliable, which is a very normal situation. What should the PM do first? Require team members to provide daily updates, validate measurements by reviewing deliverables, acceptance criteria, and objective completion definitions. Replace person complete reporting with milestone only reporting. This is also good. Add more buffer into schedule to reduce reporting pressure. So I feel D is not doing anything for us. And again, they are asking you, so better to have remove A also. So options left are B and C. Both are correct. Which one is better in this situation? So yes, all of you are correct. What you are saying validated. Very good. Next, your schedule meets a target date, but resource allocation shows major over allocation of key SMEs. The team suggests ignoring it and making it work. What should the PM do first? You know that these things are not good. Apply resource leveling and reassess the critical path impact. Begin execution and resolve conflict as they appear. Add additional float manually to overloaded tasks. Demand functional managers assign more SMEs. So this is good. Very confusing question and very confusing options, which is great. So let me see what you want to answer. Add additional float manually. Why I have to do the things manually in the project? Imagine if there are thousands of activities and you change something manually, your life will be a disaster. Your project will be a disaster. So avoid the things being done manually. These are not good approaches. Begin execution and resolve conflict as they appear. So this is this. But correct answer is A, because reassess the critical path. Apply resource leveling. Resource leveling is internal thing and it is in my approval. I don't need to tell it to the sponsor or customer. So leveling and smoothing is my internal thing. These are my skill set which I have to use while working in the project. Got the point? So don't go in those details that, oh, we need for resource leveling and smoothing, you don't need external change requests, but there's a process internally. But for crashing and fast tracking, surely you need to have a change request and approved by the change control board. So yes, A is better option. Very good. Next, a major milestone is missed. Stakeholder demands an updated plan by tomorrow morning. Team claims the delay is caused by unresolved technical issues. The blame game. What should the PM do first? Immediately publish a revised schedule with extended dates. Schedule. Perform root cause analysis and assess impact on downstream dependencies. Crashing activities on critical path. Request the sponsor approve additional budget for acceleration. Even if you will go to sponsored, sponsor will ask how much, what you need, why you are here for. So you should have data with you. And data is exactly, this is the data you need. Very good. Next question. Your hybrid project uses agile delivery with predictive milestones. Executive asks for schedule status and percent complete. The sprint reviews shows progress, but executive still feel uncertain. They are unable to understand your communication. What should the PM do next? Map deliverables to milestone completions criteria and report progress using milestone-based indicators. Map sprint deliverables to milestone completion criteria and communicate progress using milestone-based indicators. Require executives to attend sprint reviews, provide task-level Gantt charts to executives weekly. A and V are very confusing. Even I was reading it and I feel that, oh, they maybe they I just was just copied and pasted, but they have a different word. So read A and B carefully to help you guys. C and D are not the answer because executives can attend, but we invite stakeholders. The purpose of review meeting is not the progress. The purpose of review meeting is the feedback. Map sprint deliverables to milestone completion criteria and report progress using milestone based indicators. Map sprint deliverables to milestone completion criteria and communicate progress using milestone based indicators. What they need? Schedule. What they need? Schedule status and percent complete. Why you're not selecting A? Can you please distinguish by yourself? What is not the reason to select A? report will not change the executive understanding, communication, reporting is formal way of communication. So as per the PMI simulator, A is correct answer. Project deployment is scheduled during a company-wide infrastructure maintenance window. Operations says both can proceed, but warns of increased failure risk. The sponsor wants to proceed to avoid delay. What should the PM do first? Proceed with deployment because operations said it is possible. Conduct a joint risk assessment with operation and stakeholder and evaluate alternative deployment window. Request additional rollback resources. Inform the sponsor that deployment will be delayed. What do you think is the better answer here? Great. Yes, B is actually the correct answer. Thank you very much.